Welcome to Astrodology, the podcast that brings you knowledge, wisdom, and principles that can help you find the peace and comfort we all seek and deserve in our lives. Welcome back to Astrodology with Astrid. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today is a topic very near and dear to my heart, the Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse. I am Scorpio and proud to be one. We're going to unpack some fascinating and interesting information. If you would like to see this astrological download on video and you can see me speaking and talking about the aspects, please tune in on Instagram at Coda Life Goddess, COTALIFE Goddess, or also on YouTube under the same name, Astrodology with Astrid. I'll be posting different content on Instagram and on YouTube that will be different from here. What I'd like to do on the podcast is to share specific information about each astrological sign that can maybe help you. I'll draw from different sources each time to give you an update on what's happening specific for you astrologically. So let's unpack this. This lunar eclipse full moon starts Friday on May 5th at 10:34 a.m. Pacific time, which is 1:34 p.m. Eastern time. Now, 5 is a significant part of what's happening energetically, not only during this full moon in Scorpio, but for the month of May. May is the 5th month, and then we've got this lunar eclipse and full moon coming in on 5/5. This Scorpio full moon, it will be sitting at 14 degrees, which is also a number 5. 5 is the number of continued and constant changes. 5 energy, much like Scorpionic energy, loves to shake things up. It likes to party down and have a really good time. 5s like to have fun and create fireworks, and they yearn for daily excitement. The significant numerology to mention is that 5 plus 5 is 10 equals a 1, which equals new beginnings. As this Scorpionic energy brings endings to things, it automatically creates a fresh start. So we've got 3 5/5s in the month of May. So Friday 5/5, 5/14 is a 5/5, 5/23 is a 5/5, and then 5/27, May 27th reduces to a 5. So pay attention to that 5 energy. This year's full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio is also called the flower moon. This is a very unique time because it's considered a penumbral lunar eclipse. A penumbral lunar eclipse is longer than the typical eclipse and will last about 4 hours. What makes this super interesting is that it is in Mercury retrograde time. Mercury is still in retrograde. According to astrologers, eclipses are believed to be 3 or 4 times more energetically intense than any full regular moon. And if you notice, eclipses will tend to align around your significant life events. It is said that eclipses bring turning points, breakthroughs, transformations, breakdowns, major news, etc., etc. And this energy will be prevalent not only on 5/5, but through the remainder of the month. So historically, I found this interesting that back in the day with our ancestors, and this aligns with many cultures around the world, they actually used to fear eclipses. because eclipses were often linked to tragedies, famines, plagues, and they were even given over to wars. But nowadays, we're beyond those type of fears, but we may still find them to be a little tricky and particularly potent even in this day and age. There's a lot to note about this particular eclipse because Scorpio and Taurus have been in a partnership of eclipse since the end of 2021. And again, this lunar eclipse is occurring at 14 degrees at Scorpio, which is also another 5. And it will be the last eclipse in Scorpio until the 2030s. So the idea is really capitalize on this time of transformation, and with transformation comes healing. Lunar eclipses, they radiate the energy of the astrological sign that they fall under. So falling under Scorpio, again, the message is about digging deep internally, going in and pulling up what's rotten, what's dead, and what's no longer serving us. It's time to take a good look at what people call the shadow self that's within us. The shadow is that piece and parts of us that is kind of hidden and something that we're not proud of. Scorpio is also the sign of sharing, its investments, intimacy. It governs the unconscious mind. So we're likely to notice a heightened level of intuition, and eclipses are so high powered, it's better to kind of stay low. So it's rare for me to say this, but it is not the time to set intentions or worry about doing rituals. It is a great time to gather with other like-minded people, but it's almost a time to really turn inward and connect with your higher self. Let's talk about how this is going to affect each of the zodiac signs. Aries. Prepare to see a shift around how you align with another person or group. This may bring a turning point, breakdown, or breakthrough in regards to big money matters, such as a payout or settlement, or even in relation to your partner's income. If going through a separation, it may be finalized now. And by the way, this forecast is coming from the Farmer's Almanac from May 1st, 2023. Taurus, very important transformations are set to ignite your significant relationships near this time. For instance, if you are single, you could meet a very important person with long-term potential, romantically or professionally. If you are already in a relationship, you may build on promises, decide to move in together, get engaged, or married. Yet, if you're not in alignment, a breakup could also be in store. Gemini, an important turnaround around your productivity is here for you. On one hand, this could affect you by helping you to polish off a major project for your employer. However, some of you may leave a job behind to take a new one. If for some reason you're let go from a job, you're being encouraged to find a new place that values you more. Last, this eclipse could bring a shift to your health and daily routine. If an illness pops up, see a specialist. Cancer, get ready for a big turning point around your heart's desires. On one hand, singles could meet a soulmate connection or someone who ignites passion. However, if you're dating, you may find that you and your sweetheart may not be on the same page and go separate ways. A major shift around fertility or children could also take place, such as the arrival of a pregnancy or the need to support your kid if you are a parent. Leo, transitions around your domestic life are certain to pop up. This may appear as a move, decision to renovate, or even a sudden impulse to redecorate your living space. If you have a roommate, you may notice that they are set to leave a new one, and a new one may be there to take his or her place. Last, since your family will also be spotlit near this time, you could see the need to support one of your family members, especially one of your parents. Virgo, the winds of change are arriving, encouraging you to move in new directions. This may stimulate you to learn new skills or seek newfound certifications. Libra, wealth is on your mind now. A big shift around your income is guaranteed. This may trigger a raise, payout, or desire to start a side hustle for extra money. However, this could also cause one income stream to leave or the arrival of a heavy expense, so plan accordingly. Scorpio, your destiny is propelling you forward rapidly. You are likely seeing a significant turning point in regards to your life's direction. You will be in the spotlight now as others are paying extra attention to you. A major goal may now be in reach. However, if you've been perpetuating negative patterns, you may have a bit of a meltdown now. Last, a significant relationship in business or love could evolve and will deeply be on your mind. Sagittarius, the universe is encouraging you to lie low, rest, and recharge now. You may even be hungering for more privacy or solitude as you distance yourself from people. Your mental health is quite important now. So if you are in the process of healing or releasing baggage, consult a professional. Sagittarius, the universe is encouraging you to lie low, rest, and recharge now. You may even be hungering for more privacy or solitude as you distance yourself from people or problems that are bothering you. Your mental health is quite important now, so if you are in the process of healing or releasing baggage, consult a professional. Capricorn, life could feel particularly social now. You may be attending many events or being involved with your community. An important friend may come or go out of your life near this time. Last, you could notice that someone steps in to help you reach a significant aspiration or goal. Aquarius, your professional life could rock and roll near this time. On one hand, if you're in the right industry and have been working quite hard, you may now see a sudden breakthrough such as a promotion, award, or victory. Yet, if something lurks afoot, you may notice a fall from grace or even the end of a job. And finally, Pisces. The time has come to uncover vast new journeys and opportunities. This could be a time of great expansion where you grow and learn more about life of the world. Some of you could return to academics or maybe polishing off a thesis. If involved in the media, a big opportunity could appear. Last, if seeking travel or immigration, news will certainly pop up for you now. As you could hear from the descriptions for each of the astrological signs, it truly is about endings and beginnings. Pluto governs Scorpio, so it's going to be about transformative energy, the cycle of birth and death. We must continue to die each day and lose the parts of ourselves in order for new things to grow. During this Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse happening under the energy of Mercury retrograde, it will give you powers of concentration. After the 14th and 15th of May, you can consummate things. Prepare for sudden changes, but take action about your spiritual nourishment and be ready to grow. I leave you with this closing thought from the astrologer Chani Nichols. Full moons are times of erupting culmination when Luna's pregnant glow is primed to burst. The werewolves come out and all that's been gestating over the past month explodes into being. On an eclipse, these peaks become historic climaxes. They represent definitive crossroads from which there can be no going back. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Astrology. Wishing you a beautiful week ahead and all of your power and energy to return back to yourself. Namaste. Thank you for listening to Astrology. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to help support the podcast, please hit the subscribe button and tell your friends about it by sharing this program on social media. You can also follow me on Instagram at Coda Life Goddess or at codalife.com. Coda is C-O-T-A, Coda Life Goddess or codalife.com. Thank you again for listening to Astrology, and I'll see you next time.